Good morning, dear grade 8 students. Welcome to the class. How are you all today? Well, that's good to know. I'm so glad to see your beautiful faces. It's just sad to be in this online setup, but I'm glad that you all made it here in this class meeting. By the way, let us introduce ourselves to you. I am Miss Fatima Espinosa.
I am Miss Jamie Kudis.
I am Sir Louis Bacalso. You just call me Sir Bacalso.
And I am Sir Adolfo.
So before we start, I'd like to orient you class about our classroom rules. So aware naman tano na we're in this online setup. So class, I'd like you to be mindful of your mobile phones ha. When someone is speaking, you have to be correct. You have to be silent and you have to listen. Also, please mute your mics and if possible, turn on your cameras. Pero if dili madala sa inyong connection, you can turn it off lang class. And I'll be also encouraging you to utilize the reaction buttons in the Zoom. If you ever feel like speaking, please press the hand reaction button so that I can give you the permission to speak. Or if you like what we're discussing, you can use heart reaction button. So ana lang class ha? Am I understood? Okay, since you already know us, I'd like to properly start this class with a lesson. I know that you know this one too well because your 7th grade teachers must have taught you with it. And we're basically here to expound this topic.
So today we're going to discuss about transitional devices. Does anyone know what is transitional devices, rather, or transitional words? Just give us a word or simply what you can recall with this one. Oh, you raise your hand. Yes, what is it?
Very good. Today, we're going to discuss about transitional devices. Yes, just a little overview for our lesson today. Transitional devices are words or phrases that help carry out a thought from one sentence to another, from one idea to another, or form one paragraph to another.
Well, Miss Espinosa, this class is impressive. I believe this is an A class. All of you must have known this lesson, but anyways, we're here to dig deeper into that. So to start, I have here my PowerPoint discussion.
So again, good morning everyone. Today we're going to discuss about transitional devices. So the objectives for this lesson is to determine the transitional devices used in a text, identify the importance of transitional devices in a sentence, determine the functions of transitional devices. Now, I'd like you to examine these set of sentences. Reading is essential in understanding text. It allows you to gather information, knowledge, and ideas about certain topics. Reading helps you in comprehending ideas. So what can you observe in those sentences? They have similar thoughts, right? So if you connect them together, it will form a single thought with the help of letter T and D. Very good. It is transitional devices. So now we will try to connect these sentences with transitional devices. So it will become like this. Reading is essential in understanding text because it allows you to gather information, knowledge, and ideas about certain topics. Indeed, reading helps you in comprehending ideas. Was that easy? I bet it was. Now, let's proceed. So, good vibes game class. Yeah. So now, let's continue. The transitional device because provides a reason why reading is essential in understanding text. Indeed, shows emphasis that reading is significant when one wants to understand a certain topic. Now, provided in the next slide are some examples of transitional devices. So, here, so we can see that there's still, also, above all, for this reason, so that, all in all, and so on and so forth.
Additionally, coordinating conjunctions for, and, nor, but, or yet and so or what we could call as fanboys may also be used to connect related ideas. In fact, correlative conjunctions may also be used as transition words. So for example, Rizal decided to flee into another country to study, but her sister Karen chose to stay with her parents. Not only did Rizal learn a new language, but she also learned a new culture. So we have there the transitional words such as but, not only, and but also, which are coordinating and correlative conjunctions respectively. So am I clear, class? Well, I guess you're ready to rock on and we'll be learning more things about this one.
So good morning, class. This is Miss Espinosa. Today we're going to discuss about how can we use punctuations with transitional word. How can we properly put punctuations with respect to the transitional devices used in a sentence? Let's dig deeper into that. So, use a comma after a transitional word or phrase that introduces a clause. For example, cheating is an act of dishonesty. In fact, it destroys relationships. Second example, I have to allot bigger time with my homework in English so that I will finish it even before the deadline. So the words emphasized in there are the transitional devices used in the sentence. As you can see, you have to put a comma after the transitional word that introduces a clause. So the transitional word there in the first example is in fact, and the second example is so that, which were both respectively followed by a comma. This is done in order for the transitional word to properly introduce the clause, to connect them together and form a single thought. Am I clear, class? Thank you for that. Now we have here, use a comma before a coordinating conjunction that connects two independent clauses. So the previous one was also a comma, right? Don't worry, class. I'll discuss to you the difference between these two functions and how you can properly use these punctuations in connecting clauses. So what again are the coordinating conjunctions? Yes, it's the fanboys. For, and, nor, but, yet, or so. These coordinating conjunctions will serve as your guide in putting the punctuations in proper place. Look at the example. I can go to the cafeteria, or you could just stay in the clinic. The comma there is placed before a coordinating conjunction, which is or, in order to join two independent clauses. So the use of comma in connecting clauses has two different functions. Let me enlighten you with this one. So the first function is to use a comma after a transitional word in order to introduce the second clause, while the second function is to use a comma before the coordinating conjunction to connect two independent clauses. So, um, so you might wanna ask, anong semicolon man miss, nakama man ganitong usa, kay two dependent clauses man pud to siya. Now remember class na ang function aning semicolon is to connect two independent clauses that is linked by transitional words, while the comma is used to link two independent clauses that is linked by coordinating conjunctions. Miss, dili di ay transitional words ang coordinating conjunctions? Dili di na sila same? Be reminded class ha na mao ra na sila, but their usage in a sentence really makes a difference. So mag-matter dyan na siya. It really weighs in the sentence. Guess na class? Thank you for the quick response. I really appreciate it, class. So why not have some exercise? Do you have any questions for me or to the other teachers? None so far? Okay, so let's start. Okay. Hello? So exercise 1. Determine the appropriate transitional devices to complete the paragraph that follows. To answer, kindly use the hand reaction button and unmute your devices in order to speak. Or, if you have internet problems, please utilize the chat box. Kindly choose the words associated in the box and put your answers beside the number provided in the exercise. So, reading is a necessary skill that everyone should acquire. It helps you in acquiring necessary skills that will help you in the future, like communication and decision skills. Blank, it can be a form of entertainment if you enjoy novels, short stories, and other form of literary works. Comprehend class and think of the best transitional word that will fit in the sentence. Okay, done na? Let's see how far is your understanding upon this topic. Look at your answers, class, and assess if you have gotten the exact answers. So, did you get the correct answer? Oh, I see. I'm so impressed with this class. Now, I want you to apply the appropriate transition words in the next activity. Are you ready?
Okay, so in this activity, you have to determine the transitional words being used in the paragraphs. To do so, kindly put your answers according to the number provided in the paragraph. Please put your answers on the chat box. Okay, there will be 2 slides, class, so please make use of your time wisely. Okay, next. Are you done? Let's find out. Okay, here are the answers of the paragraph. Drawing is all about taking the time to master each step. Number 1, in other words, mastering the art of drawing doesn't happen in a day. Number 2, furthermore, it's a skill that takes daily practice. Number 3, as well as dedication to hone your craft. It's important not to burn yourself out, but you need to stick with it. To balance your time in drawing with your other tasks, learn how to manage your time. 5, because it will help you in accomplishing your task. Number 6, wise, it will help you be organized in drawing. And last, number 7, thus, you should bear in mind that organization and patience will help you more master your skills in drawing. Next. Okay, swimming is essential. Number 1, because it builds endurance, muscle strength, and cardiovascular fitness. Number 2, moreover, it helps you maintain a healthy weight, healthy heart, and lungs. Number 3, similarly, it hones your muscles and builds strength, providing an all-over body workout as nearly all of your muscles are used. Number 4, during swimming. Number 5, indeed, swimming as an exercise is popular as an all-around body developer and is particularly useful in therapy and exercise for physical handicapped persons. Okay, some of you have managed to get the correct transitional words. Well, that's amazing to know, class, because you just showed to us how much you have learned from what we have discussed.
Wow, to be honest, that was so impressive, class. I'm so glad that you were able to grasp the essence of this lesson. So I hope that in the next activity, you will be able to do the same together. Let's explore this next activity. So I will be putting you into 5 different breakout rooms. But before that, please take note of these, rather of the instructions. So in groups, analyze the following sentences. Put the sentence in a chronological order. No need to copy, just put the order of numbers in the chat box after brainstorming with your group mates during the given amount of time.
Okay,
So I will
that
be
was
giving you. So I'll be giving you 10 minutes to answer the following. All right, are you all done? Okay, so come with me and let's find out. So we have there the first. It is fascinating to think that Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, The Little Prince, was published in 1941, more than a half a century ago, and in the midst of the chaos of World War II. And second, we have here, but the message of his story is still applicable in the modern world today. Third, it can be related to not being contented with the pleasures of a merely physical world, or simply to physically survive in the world as we see it. And fourth, because we are not just physical beings. And fifth, more importantly, we are also spiritual beings. And sixth, as such, we are called transcend limitations. We are called to transcend the limitations of the body in order to discover the freedom which the spirit gives. That one who truly loves is free. And 7, so see with your heart, and you can conquer the world. And 8, love conquers all. Only with the eyes of the heart can we understand this powerful truth. And lastly, number 9, for no suffering in this world can bring upon us that love cannot overcome. Did you get the correct answers, class?
That was quite lengthy yet substantial, Sir Adolfo. I'm sure they have learned something worthwhile from this portion of our lesson. I'm so amazed by this class. I'm so glad that you have really understood the use of transitional devices in connecting classes. Our course is near to its end, so I leave you an assignment. Okay, for your assignment, you have to write an essay about the pandemic through Word document or any type of file that you can make use of, and use at least 5 transitional words. Pass your output next meeting. Okay, once again, I am Ms. Jamie Kudis.
I am Miss Fatima Espinosa.
And I am Sir Adolfo.
I'm Sir Louis Bacalso.
We're so glad to meet with you, class.
Thank you and have a blissful day ahead.
Thank you, class.
Thank you so much, class. Take care.